Hi, we're going to look at graphing exponential functions. I'm going to use mostly decimals here, so if that helps. Exponential function, meaning we have an exponent that's a variable. We're going to be plugging different numbers in for that variable, and we're going to watch our graph just kind of rapidly grow. So let's plug some numbers in. Where am I getting these numbers from? I'm just kind of throwing them in there. I need a wide range. We're going to see that once we get to one section, the number is going to be way too big or the number is going to be way too small. If that's the case, you went too far, well, that's fine. It just won't fit on the graph. But we'll deal with that when the time comes. So let's start plugging some numbers in. I want to take 0. I want to plug it in there. And what I'm going to do here in this big middle section here is just show we're going to do the work in there. So 2 to the 0 power minus 3. Rules of exponent. Anything raised to that 0 power is going to be 1. So we're saying 1 minus 3, which is really negative 2. We're going to say 2 to the first power minus 3. Putting a 1 right up there, which gives us 2 minus 3, which is negative 1. 2 to the second power minus 3 gives us 4 minus 3, back into our positive numbers. And then 2 to the third power minus 3 gives us 8 minus 3, which is 5. Okay? That's the easy stuff. Now, once we get into negatives, things get a little more confusing. So let's clear some space. I'm going to have 2 to the negative 1 minus 3. When I do that, you can punch this into a calculator or know that when you have a negative exponent, when you move it over the fraction line or under that fraction line, once you cross it, that exponent becomes positive. So this is really saying 1 over 2 to the first power minus 3, which is 1 over 2 minus 3. So 0.5 minus 3 gives us negative 2.5. We got to do this again, this time with negative 2. So we're going to say 2 to the negative 2 power minus 3. We're going to take this, move it under the fraction line, giving us 1 over 2 squared, which is really 1 over 4 minus 3, which is 0.25 minus 3, and that gives us negative 2.75. And let's do it one more time. This time with a negative 3, so we're going to say 2 to the negative third power minus 3. We want to take this whole thing, move it over that fraction line, giving us a 1 over 2 to the third minus 3, which is 1 over 8 minus 3. 1 over 8 is 0.125 minus 3. And when we do that, we're going to get negative 2.875. Okay, so we did a bunch of work. These negatives, a little more confusing than we would like, but nonetheless, we got there. Can we now take these 7 coordinates, put them on a graph? Well, let's start. I'm going to start with the easy one, 0, comma, negative 2. Go over 0. Let's go down 2 spots. 0, negative 2, right there. Go over 1, go down 1. Go over 2, up 1. And go over 3, up 5. So our graph, we can already see that it's growing. Now, in the reverse, once we do that negative, so we're going to go back 1, down 2 and a half. So we're about right here. We're going to go back 2 and down 3/4 of the way. So now we're looking at a little under that. And then back 3, we're even going a little under that. But each time as we move, this graph is moving further out and it's getting closer and closer. It's getting pushed further and further down. But it's never going to hit this negative 3 spot. So these decimals, 0.5, 0.75, 0.875, it's like it's going to creep up to about like negative 2.9999999, but it's never going to hit that negative 3. On the reverse, though, this graph is going to continue to shoot up in this exponential manner. That's what happens. Things grow. It's going to grow very rapidly, very quickly. So it's going to keep shooting up. And this is graphing exponential functions.